Hi, I'm Dom, and this is a 5-minute introduction to Solvio and Amos. Let me tell you a quick story. I was at Oxford studying maths and computer science. I dropped out after 1 year and found myself running a math camp company. I was getting really good feedback from my math camps, essentially all 5-star reviews. That wasn't because I'm a good teacher, it was because short-term courses work. That's where I also first had the idea of structuring the whole of education through self-learning and short-term courses. I talked with my students and they said they would prefer it. But with a private tutoring school, it just wasn't possible to scale. I had to learn to code, which I did. I then spent 2 years diligently upping my technical skills. When I felt I was ready, I left my well-paid job to have a final shot at making this happen. End of story. So what's the project about? We're building a global, online-first, nonprofit education system that will allow you to learn in any way you want. You can self-learn, take a MOOC, or attend a short-term course like one of the ones I used to organize. What differentiates education from learning, though, is credentials. We think you should be able to get credentials in any way you want. Creating a project, making an essay, or creating a presentation, any way that you can demonstrate your learning. The first project we're building, though, is called Amos. In short, it's an attempt to structure human knowledge. Said another way, it's an attempt to categorize, sort, or organize human knowledge as represented by online learning resources. Currently, if you want to learn, say, cryptography in 2 days, just get a brief overview of the subject, and you prefer video, and you want to take into account what you already know, Google can't handle that search because it wasn't built to search for learning resources. We're splitting the project up into 2 phases. In phase 1, we're going to attempt to build a community of people that will be tagging online learning resources with information called metadata. Those will be things like the topics the resource is on, the price, the length, and the learning requirements. If and when we are able to get metadata about a sufficient number of resources, we'll teach Amos to search. That will mean you'll be able to search for anything that you want to learn, and it will take into account your learning background, your budget and time constraints, and output the learning resources that are the best for you. Essentially, the software will calculate the delta between what you already know and what you want to know, and show you the study plan that gets you from where you are to where you want to be. We're busy working on Amos right now, and we plan to have a bare bones MVP in a few weeks. Once we get traction with Amos, we'll begin building the Solvio product. It's going to be a platform where you can submit creations, essays, presentations, etc. And other people will rate you on how well you demonstrated understanding of the topic. We're also planning to build a platform for finding tutors and short-term courses. This will be the real-life part of learning and reflects the original vision. You'll be able to find tutors and enroll in short-term courses from both partnering schools and brand new companies, and everything will be commission-free. If anyone prefers self-learning, they always have the option to do just that. I've outlined 3 apps in our pipeline, but there are dozens more that will make it easier or more convenient for you to educate yourself in the Solvio way. So there will be a lot of opportunities for entrepreneurship, even for the students themselves. The entire project is open source and nonprofit. The reason is we think of our product as a public utility. Our end goal is that our education system is fully accredited. What makes me personally optimistic about this is that it's enough to partner with just one accredited entity, a university or government body. Then a Solvio degree will be fully equivalent to a legacy degree for purposes of immigration, taxes, academia, and others. What makes me personally really excited about this project is that education is, in some sense, the most important thing in the world. Those of us that are lucky spend 15 years of our lives in education, and there are billions of people around the world who don't have that opportunity. If we can make education just 10% better, this will be the most impactful startup ever. No walled gardens or closed systems will mean that someone in rural India with just a smartphone will have access to the same education system as someone at a private school in Massachusetts. We think this idea is potent and doable. It's our responsibility to make the world a better place, and I think this project is a perfect vessel for that. Thank you.